Thanks very much, Meghna. We are this close now to the first phase of polling to start, and everyone is wondering, in the middle of the entire story of Israel, which has overtaken really the news wheel, what is happening on the ground as the elections are sneaking up on us. The campaigning for 5 state assembly polls is in its slogovers. More or less, now we know what the political parties are using as their pitch to woo candidates, while the BJP has bet big in its poll choices, taking chances with its candidates, deciding to go with the one face of Prime Minister Modi. No regional leadership, it's going to be centralized. Mr. Modi is going to be their face for elections across 5 states. The Congress chose to mostly play it safe, trusting old-timers, keeping a localized leadership, avoiding major surprises, while Rahul Gandhi's team and election strategists, through their survey, help in deciding who gets the ticket. The campaign and the issues are largely left to the local leadership. As of today, as of the end of October, whose gambit is paying off? Let's find out as we get to you. The Times Now ETG poll tracker. We had promised to you that every month we are going to take you through the mood of the country, and we are back at the end of October with the Times Now ETG survey. Let's first tell you about the methodology of what the Times Now ETG survey went through. And as always, here we are putting out to you the sample size across the 3 states for which we are getting you numbers. In Rajasthan, we did a sample size of 21,136 people, which means about 105 people per assembly constituency. 30% of these interviews were on the phone and 70% were door-to-door. In Chhattisgarh, it's a sample size of 18,243, a margin of error plus minus 3%, 60% of them telephonic, 40% door-to-door. And in Madhya Pradesh, we had a sample of 25,000, almost 26,000 in fact, and 30% of these were over the telephone, 70% were door-to-door. Now, before we actually get into the numbers, we'll start with Madhya Pradesh, and to give you an idea of how the different areas are mapped out of Madhya Pradesh, because we are going to get you. On India Upfront, we'll give you a region-wise breakup of how every region and every state is doing. And at 9 p.m., we'll give you the overall numbers. So let's start by showing you Madhya Pradesh and what are the regions that we are talking about. It'll also give you an idea of how elections are fought in these different states. So starting with the largest state going to elections, which is Madhya Pradesh, you've got the largest area, which is here of Malwa Nimar. 66 seats come from this particular area. Then you have got Mahakaushal, which has 38. It is here on the border with Maharashtra. It is known as Mahakaushal. Then you have got Madhya Bharat, which is self-explanatory. It's at the center of the state. 36 seats over here. Gwalior Chambal, the famous royal family of Jyotiraditya Scindia, comes here from this area. So does Shivraj Singh Chauhan, so does Narendra Singh Tomar. So here you have got it here, Gwalior Chambal. Then you have Bundelkhand with 26 seats here on the border with Uttar Pradesh. And then, of course, you have got Vindhya with 30 seats here at the border with Chhattisgarh. So let's get you started with the largest area in Madhya Pradesh, and let's see what the numbers from Malwa Nimar are telling us. So first up on your screens is the seat share from Malwa Nimar, which sends 66 of the total number of seats into the Madhya Pradesh Assembly. And here we have the Congress in a clear lead. 43 to 47 is what the Congress is going to get in Malwa Nimar. BJP will get 18 to 22 and others will get 2. So let's have a look also at the vote share if we have that. For Malwa Nimar, let's take a look at the takeaways for Malwa Nimar. The Congress making gains in what remains a very close fight. We also have the other takeaway, BJP's bet on leaders like Kailash Vijayvargiya, their Central General Secretary, to go and fight from Indore 1 seat. That does seem to be paying off. His son was denied a ticket. Let me also now go across to the next region, Mahakaushal, which sends 38 seats into the Assembly. Out of these 38, it's almost neck and neck. This, remember, is the area where Kamal Nath is almost unchallenged. He is the CM face. Congress has decided to go ahead and not officially declare him, but hardly anyone is in doubt that he is going to lead the party. He is leading the party. 18 to 22 for the Congress in Mahakaushal and 16 to 20 for the BJP in Mahakaushal. Let's quickly open this up and get the first few reactions on these two regions that we have. Let's take you across to Dr. Guru Prakash Paswan, the national spokesperson of the BJP, Vardhan Tripathi, senior journalist, Kamruzaman Chaudhary, political analyst, Lokesh Jindal, also political analyst, Abbas Haider, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, and Saba Naqvi, senior journalist. As always, I'm going to start with the non-political voices, Vardhan Tripathi and Saba Naqvi. Vardhan ji, your first comments on Malwa Nimar के जो numbers हैं, 66 सीट्स यहां से आती हैं, बहुत बड़ा ट्राइबल पॉपुलेशन, ऑलमोस्ट 1/3 सीट्स इफ आई एम नॉट मिस्टेकन आर द ट्राइबल सीट्स, एंड कांग्रेस यहां पर क्लियर बढ़त दिखा रही है अभी।
पद्मजा, अगर ये नंबर जो आपके सर्वे में आ रहे हैं तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लिए ये बहुत चिंता की बात है, क्योंकि जो मालवा निमाड़ का रीजन है, इस क्षेत्र में भारतीय जनता पार्टी बहुत ताकतवर है, उसका संगठन बहुत मजबूत है और जो कमजोरियां थी उसको भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने ठीक करने की कोशिश की है, जिसको हम कहते हैं ना कि अपने लूपहोल्स थोड़ा ठीक किए, नट बोल्ट टाइट किया है। और अगर उसके बाद ये स्थिति है तो सचमुच ये कांग्रेस के लिए चिंता की बात है। और इसमें विशेष करके जब हम मालवा के यानी इंदौर उज्जैन की बात करते हैं, उस क्षेत्र में भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने अपनी जो कहें कि कमजोरियां थी, चाहे वो प्रत्याशी चयन के तौर पर हो, चाहे आपसी गुटबाजी के तौर पर हो, वो सारा काम किया है। और जब कैलाश विजयवर्गीय को वहां चुनाव लड़ने के लिए भेजा गया तो उसमें एक बड़ी बात यही थी, सबसे बड़ी बात थी कि जो गुटबाजी है वो खत्म होनी चाहिए, जो एक दूसरे के क्षेत्र में चुनाव लड़ते वक्त जो नुकसान करते हैं वो खत्म होना चाहिए। और मुझे लगता है कि मालवा निमाड़ रीजन में उसका असर दिखना चाहिए था। अब अगर ये सर्वे में आ रहा है तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लिए चिंता की बात है।
Saba Naqvi, what do you think is working for the Congress? Just to give our viewers some perspective, between our last election tracker and now, at least in Malwa Nimar, the Congress has gained 2 seats and the BJP has gone down by 3 seats purely in Malwa Nimar. What is working for the Congress, Saba?
So, Padmaja, although I agree with the previous speaker that this has been, Madhya Pradesh has been a गढ़, संगठन के लिए गढ़ रह चुका है, लेकिन चुनाव में लोग हार भी जाते हैं। पिछली बार भी कांग्रेस थोड़ी आगे निकल गई थी, कांग्रेस was a little ahead, let me speak in English, and the BJP broke a section of the Congress and retained power. We must not overlook the fact that the data is showing us that 30% of atrocities against tribals in India happened in the state of Madhya Pradesh. Could that be adding up? We don't know all this, but clearly there is a level of anti-incumbency in parts of Madhya Pradesh. Yet the BJP will fight back because it is a BJP fundamentally since 2003. When Digvijay Singh was defeated, the BJP has managed to rule in Madhya Pradesh. In the last election, they actually technically lost, but they were able to split. So I'm not surprised so far unless you show me other, because
there are other regions. There are other regions. To be fair to the BJP, let's not write their obituary just as yet. They are fighting back in the other regions.
I'm not writing. I'm waiting for the other regions for you to show me the other, because they'll fight. You know?
Okay. First 2 regions we're talking about. Opening comments, Guru Prakash. Like Saba Naqvi said, this is a tribal-dominated area. Almost 33 to 34 seats are dominated by tribals. Atrocities against tribals was a very potent issue. And could that be telling? 2-3 seats lesser for the BJP this time around as compared to the same time last month.
No, Padmaja, I think I slightly agree with the previous speaker that this particular region has been an area of concern for the Bharatiya Janata Party. And if you look at the data from the last election as well, it has not been very encouraging. But the level of commitment and the kind of work that we have done in the last 5 years and before that as well. You are very well aware of the fact that for the first time, the Tribal Affairs Ministry, and I'm sure Madam Naqvi would agree to this fact, that a Tribal Affairs Ministry could be a separate ministry in the Union government was first time conceived during Atal Bihari Vajpayee's Prime Ministership. In the last couple of years, we have seen massive development of the redevelopment of the Bhopal railway station, which previously was Habibganj railway station. It has been renamed and renovated at an international standard. It's called Rani Kamlapati station. Similar tribal icons like Shankar Shah, Raghunath Shah, Rani Durgavati has been given an iconic status, and which has a great amount of resonance with the tribal section as well. The PESA Act, for that matter, has been very empowering for the tribal communities. I want to ask if there is any friend from the Congress party in Madhya Pradesh. We have senior tribal leader Mr. Fagan Singh Kolaste, who has been a minister in the union government. He's also contesting this time. Are there any potential tribal leader in the Congress party? I fail to understand. At the union level or at the Madhya Pradesh level, we clearly see an absence of tribal leadership in the Congress led India Alliance or the Congress party. But on the contrary, the sort of work that we have done, the sort of icons that have been worshipped has a great amount of resonance within the tribal brothers and sisters of Madhya Pradesh. And we are sort of confident and comfortable that this time around we will definitely have an upper hand and an edge in the tribal regions.
In fact, Kamar Zaman Chaudhary, Fagan Singh Kulaste, who Guru Prakash Paswan just spoke of, is actually from Mahakaushal. You also have another big name, which is Prahlad Patel, if I'm not mistaken, also from the Mahakaushal region. So all of these big names have been put in Mahakaushal to take on Kamal Nath. Is that the reason that you have a close fight, despite knowing that Kamal Nath is matching BJP toe to toe when it comes to even issues like Hindutva? When he had to go and file his nomination, he went to a Ram temple. उसके पहले वो हनुमान मंदिर में भी गए, वो रामपथ वनगमन पाथ भी बना रहे हैं वहां पे, वो सबसे बड़े हनुमान जी की मूर्ति भी लगा रहे हैं. But it's still a close fight in Mahakaushal.
Padmaja, if all the results that you are showing or the opinion poll that you are showing hold true on the D-Day, then it's a very welcome sign for the Congress party, irrespective of who is fighting whom in which region. But one basic important point that I wanted to bring out here tonight is the tribal population of the country are turning away from the Bharatiya Janata Party despite tremendous groundwork being done by the RSS and its organization at the grassroots level. That's a very welcome sign for the Congress party and the India Alliance. Having said that, let me come back to the basic point of Madhya Pradesh. Even in 2018, the Congress party had won the election, if not for the backstabbing of the Jyotirudaya Scindia and his team members out there. 2023 also we find the BJP and the Congress pitched against one another on the same side of the divide. Here the difference is that the people of Madhya Pradesh have no longer have trust in Mamaji out there in Madhya Pradesh. Rather, we have got a very clear face in Kamalnathji leading the Congress party in Madhya Pradesh. Even on the posters and banners of Madhya Pradesh, you cannot find Mamaji on the posters. You find the vote election being held on the face of Narendra Modi ji. Whereas the Congress party has pitched its campaign on the local issues of the region.
Okay. You know, before we come to the faces, I want to quickly put out the data, because that is
tremendously on that ground.
That is really, I think, what a lot of people want to know right now. What are the numbers like? But before I go to the next region of Gwalior Chambal, a quick question. You specifically mentioned Fagan Singh Kulaste, Guru Prakash. Are you saying that he is your face post-election for the BJP in Madhya Pradesh?
No, Padmaja. I think that is a call which the leadership would take at an appropriate time. But Kamru Jawanji was saying, and he did not answer my question when I said if you can name a tribal leader from Congress party of any worth in the state or the center. So there was no answer for him. You mentioned Mahakaushal, and Jabalpur is a very important center of Mahakaushal region. Padmaja, I'm reminded of one small incident that happened back in the 70s when in the backdrop of Usha Bhargav Kand, Jawaharlal Nehru, the then Prime Minister, said Jabalpur Gundo ka shehar hai, and BBC covered it. BBC covered when the former Prime Minister of India said जबलपुर गुंडों का शहर है और जबलपुर के लोगों की छवि खराब हो गई थी, वो बाहर जाते थे तो उनको बहुत अपमान सहना पड़ा था. The damage control was done by Acharya Vinoba Bhave, who in subsequent years said कि जबलपुर गुंडों का शहर नहीं है, जबलपुर संस्कार धानी है. So the people of Jabalpur are constantly in reminder of the fact, the insult that the Congress party has done to the people of the region. Second, Mr. Kamru Jawan Chaudhary was saying that the people of Madhya Pradesh are fed up of the Bharatiya Janata Party. But the fact and the data suggests something else. 2003, 2008, 2013, 2018, 2014 and 2019 parliamentary elections, you must remember the fact that in the parliamentary election in 2014 and 2019, the people of Madhya Pradesh strongly stood in the favor of Bharatiya Janata Party.
To the assembly right now because these are the numbers that we are looking at.
Just 10 seconds, Padmaja.
Let's restrict ourselves to the assembly election. I really must go on to the next because we have 3 states to go to and I don't think we'll be able to accommodate everyone if we discuss each and every region threadbare like this. So the next one we're talking about is Gwalior Chambal. What does it look like right now? Gwalior Chambal is actually packed with heavyweights. So many names just from the BJP just in this one area. But Congress here is still in the lead at 16 to 20. BJP is at 14 to 18 and others are not really making much headway. The next one we're talking about is Vindhya. Vindhya sends 30 seats into the assembly and here the BJP has a clear lead. Now Vindhya, remember I had showed you that region on the border with Chhattisgarh. It has always maintained a trust in the BJP. In 2018, I think the largest number of seats had come. The largest chunk of seats from one region had come for the BJP from the Vindhya. So this Vindhya area that you are seeing. Now let's take a look at the numbers just above Mahakosha. Let's take a look at the numbers for Vindhya again to drive home the point that I was making there. So in Vindhya, the Congress is at 8 to 10 and the BJP is at 19 to 21. Let's also take a look at Bundelkhand, which has a traditional BSP voter as well. Samajwadi Party also is contesting a few seats from the Bundelkhand region and here also the BJP maintains a lead 13 to 15 for the BJP and the Congress has 11 to 13. So these are the regions that we are getting. Madhya Bharat will be revealed at 9 p.m. with Navika Kumar. Harshvardhanji, first thoughts? At least in Gwalior Chambal, compared to last time, I want to tell our viewers, the BJP has made gains. Last time, they were at 4 to 8 seats in our last poll, and they have jumped up to 14 to 18. The Congress, which had shown about 26 to 30 seats last month, is now at 16 to 20. I must also mention to our viewers that this is also the place where the Prime Minister went to the Scindia school ceremony along with Jyotiraditya Scindia and spoke of the glorious traditions of the region. Harshvardhanji, first thoughts.
पद्मजा, शिवपुरी सीट थी जिसपे ये चर्चा थी कि क्या ज्योतिरादित्य सिंधिया को चुनाव लड़ाएगी पार्टी। ज्योतिरादित्य सिंधिया ने बहुत स्पष्ट तौर पर मना किया और कहा मेरा काम ये है कि जो पिछली बार सरकार बनाने में हमने मदद की थी वो इस बार हम चुनाव जिता कर देंगे। अगर आपके सर्वे में ये आ रहा है ग्वालियर चंबल रीजन में नरेंद्र सिंह तोमर और ज्योतिरादित्य सिंधिया के होने के बावजूद भारतीय जनता पार्टी की स्थिति मध्य प्रदेश के सभी क्षेत्रों में सबसे खराब थी, लेकिन जिस तरह की मेहनत ज्योतिरादित्य सिंधिया ने की है वो अपने आप में कमाल की है। पहली बार एक राजमहल के व्यक्ति को इस तरह के विरोध का सामना करना पड़ा, पहली बार उनके अपने लोग उनके सामने खड़े हो गए। इसके बावजूद अगर यहां भारतीय जनता पार्टी बढ़ती हुई दिख रही है तो इसका श्रेय सिर्फ और सिर्फ ज्योतिरादित्य सिंधिया को जाना चाहिए। और मेरा यह मानना है कि अगर मालवा निमाड़ और ग्वालियर चंबल यहां भारतीय जनता पार्टी अपने आप को बचा लेगी तो यकीन मानिए मध्य प्रदेश का जो आखिरी आंकड़ा आपकी स्क्रीन पर होगा वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पक्ष में जाएगा।
लोकेश जिंदल, not the smartest of thing to keep calling names to ज्योतिरादित्य सिंधिया। उनको गद्दार भी बोल दिया, उनको नाशुक्रा भी बोल दिया, उनको यूजलेस भी बोल दिया, उनको who cares about ज्योतिरादित्य सिंधिया भी बोल दिया, but at least the BJP does care. लोकेश जिंदल.
Padmaja, what will Jyotiraditya Scindia do? If you look at BJP, it has constantly neglected the agricultural sector. Shivraj Singh Chauhan had stopped the bonuses for the procurement of wheat, paddy. MSP was all-time low. I mean, the previous MRP procurement was 2,125 for wheat per quintal and 2,040 for paddy. It's very meager. And there was a farmer unrest. If I'm talking about Madhya Pradesh, 2/3 of the population is basically dependent on agriculture. And recently, Kamal Nath ji in his election manifesto has rightly pointed out that he will be reintroducing bonuses. The procurement would be increased to 2,600 for wheat and paddy. So these are the major issues. The agricultural sector is highly distressed in Madhya Pradesh. If I'm talking about from 2003 till 2018, 15 years BJP ruled in Madhya Pradesh, but it was due to agrarian distress that it showed a dismal performance in 2018. But somehow with political gimmick, it was able to come back to power, but it did not correct its course. And again, we see there was rising agrarian distress, and this time it's gonna be bad. Look at the Sehor rally of Shivraj Singh Chauhan. Just one last point, Padmaja. Even the CM candidate, BJP is not sure. There are speculations rise that it might not pitch for Shivraj Singh Chauhan. In Sehor rally, Shivraj Singh Chauhan ji stated that जब ये मामा चला जाएगा, तब बहुत याद आएगा. So the point is very clear that there is a lot of confusion in the BJP's camp. It's not very sure whether it's going to pitch Shivraj Singh Chauhan as the CM candidate, and then all the heavyweights, whether it's Narendra Singh Tomar, whether it's Kailash
Okay, very quick response,
whether...
Guru Prakash. I want to bring in Abbas Haider. Very quick, please. Yes.
No. I think, Padmaja, we are the world's largest political party, and every single of our 18 crore Karyakarta, they are capable and competent to lead any state. So the complaint that my Congress friend is saying that there is absolutely no clarity, I would like to ask him, Kamal Nath ji on record कैमरे पे कहते हैं जाकर के दिग्विजय सिंह के कपड़े फाड़ो. Did you hear any such low-level statement by the Bharatiya Janata Party? Absolutely not. And my friend was commenting on the budget of the Madhya Pradesh, the farmer budget and the education budget. My friend, in 2003-4, the state budget of Madhya Pradesh was 23,000 crore. And now the state budget of Madhya Pradesh is 3.15 lakh crore. And subsequently the budget for education, the budget of health, the budget for agriculture has subsequently increased. So I absolutely don't understand. The people of Madhya Pradesh have given their blessings to us in 2003, in 2008, in 2013, in 2019, in 2014, and again in 2023, there will be a resounding Ashirwad from the people of Madhya Pradesh on the Bharatiya Janata Party. There is absolutely no doubt about that, Padmaja. Let me make that very clear today. And today also is a very special and significant day, because today is Madhya Pradesh Foundation Day. On this day, I want to extend my best wishes to the 9 crore people of Madhya Pradesh. आज मध्य प्रदेश स्थापना दिवस के शुभ अवसर पर मेरे मध्य प्रदेश के 9.5 करोड़ लोगों को बहुत बहुत बधाई और शुभकामनाएं.
चलिए, let's see if they reciprocate those greetings. But Abbas Haider, on as far as the INDA was concerned, there are 90 seats across Madhya Pradesh where parties like the JDU, Aam Aadmi Party, and the largest number of seats among this 90 are being contested by you. Is there a possibility that the Samajwadi Party, JDU, Aam Aadmi Party will end up denting the Congress? बीजेपी का तो वोट कुछ फर्क पड़ेगा नहीं. ये जो ग्वालियर चंबल है, इसमें समाजवादी पार्टी के लोग खड़े हो रहे हैं, बुंदेलखंड में खड़े हो रहे हैं. Is this a result of your party joining the fray there?
See, Padmaja, the thing is, people in Madhya Pradesh, they are voting for change. They are voting against the Bharatiya Janata Party, and they are voting for the firm promises that Samajwadi Party has made on all the 3.5 dozen seats where we are contesting our candidate. See, Padmaja, if you talk about all the alliance partner of India Alliance, we are contesting assembly seats on our own. And as
that I know. What I'm saying is that when you claim that people are voting for change to who? The Congress should be the natural beneficiary, right? But if the Aam Aadmi Party and the Samajwadi Party are also throwing their hat in the ring, who loses?
Let me assure you, Samajwadi Party would be at the fulcrum of this change, and Samajwadi Party, as far as you know, that we have won more than 8 seats in Madhya Pradesh across all the regions in Madhya Pradesh, be it Gwalior region or Bundelkhand region, across the regions, and we have been a runner on around a dozen seats, and this time we are contesting around 3.5-4 dozen seats, and people of Madhya Pradesh, 90 million people of Madhya Pradesh are looking at Samajwadi Party as an alternative, and I'm sure they want
as an alternative to BJP or as an alternative to Congress.
They are looking to Samajwadi Party as an alternative to the current party which is in power.
Okay. Sabah, before I move on to Rajasthan, I want to ask you, are we, in looking at regional issues, missing a larger trend, of how Shivraj Singh Chauhan has gone for wooing women? He has put a lot of his eggs in that basket, saying, Ladli Behna, cylinder, Mahila ka vote mujhe milna chahiye. And then, of course, the trust the BJP hopes that the Prime Minister's face will draw from the voters. Are these factors to be ignored?
Padmaja, I think women as a vote bank have become clearly defined. Even if you recall, in West Bengal, more women were voting for TMC, and all those trends are there. We are now seeing a difference in voting pattern. So yes, it's a good, healthy sign if BJP leaders are reaching out to women. But I fundamentally believe we make an error when we take local elections and say it's going to directly impact 2024. Number one, I'd like to say that. Let's get back to 2003 when the Bharatiya Janata Party won, and I used to cover them every day in those years. Then they won, they swept all the three states that we are discussing right now: Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and then they pushed forward the Lok Sabha election from September to April, and they lost in 2004. So I'm not saying that the world is different. There are a lot of things. The Bharatiya Janata Party has been in power for a long time. They are actually doing better at trying to regain ground than the Congress, in my view, is doing in hanging on to what they should win comfortably.
So you're saying that the outreach to women is working?
It's not just women, because you had the SP, the way the Congress and the SP have handled, the way the Congress folk handled the SP as the largest party was also not on. Okay. If you're talking about alliance, that's what I'm saying.
All right,
the party is doing its best. And on the one hand, I completely agree with the analysis. I don't think it's good for the BJP to cut down traditional state leadership. I saw the damage in Karnataka. I don't think it's good for them to do it in Rajasthan. But Shivraj has really been there for a very long time.
Okay, let's see if they end up paying the price for it like in Karnataka, or it ends up benefiting them as it did in Gujarat. Remember, they wholesale changed their MLAs, sidelined the local leadership in Gujarat, and in fact reap the dividends from that. So it could go either way. Oh, hold on a second. I'm sorry, Guru Prakash, I know you want to come in, but I have to move on to Rajasthan now. I want to move on to Rajasthan, and we are going to start with Dhundhar. Dhundhar, actually, this region was in the news. Before we get you the breakup, let me show to you the map. Dhundhar, which has 58 seats, is roughly this area that you see in orange. This is Dhundhar. Then you have Marwar, which is this area. Mewar is here in yellow. The largest part of Mewar is here, and then it is spread out in some parts of Rajasthan here. And Hadoti, which is the main power center for Vasundhara Raje, is here. That is Hadoti, and Shekhawati is right here. So you've seen the spread of what these different regions are. Let's get you started with Dhundhar. First up, it has 58 seats in the assembly, and in Dhundhar, you have the BJP in a clear lead, 36 to 40 seats for the BJP, 16 to 20 for the Congress, and others get 1 to 3. Mewar, the second region that we are talking about, is 43 seats. Here the BJP again in the lead, 20 to 27. Congress 15 to 19, and others also get maybe one or a couple of seats. And Marwar, I'll take you through the first three regions. Marwar, and it's traditionally said कि जिसने मारवाड़ जीता उसने पूरा राजस्थान जीता. So you have got the largest number of seats here, 67, the BJP in the lead here as well, 31 to 37. 61 seats here, 31 to 37 to the BJP, Congress 21 to 27, 1 to 5 to the other parties. Mind you, Rajasthan has a very strong chunk of what is known as others. So you've got parties, who are reaching out to the Jat vote bank, to the Dalits. So do not discount the kind of impact that others will have. But first response from Harshvardhan ji. I wanted to start with Dhundhar also because Dhundhar में तिजारा आता है और आज तिजारा was in the news. वहाँ बाबा बालकनाथ के नॉमिनेशन में योगी आदित्यनाथ गए. उनको वहाँ का राजस्थान का योगी बोला जा रहा है. What do you make of the numbers that you have seen so far, Harshvardhan ji?
पद्मजा, मैं एक लाइन सिर्फ मध्य प्रदेश पर बोल दूं, क्योंकि बहुत जरूरी है, फैक्ट्स नहीं गड़बड़ होने चाहिए। लोकेश जिंदल जी ने कहा कि बहुत एग्रीकल्चरल डिस्ट्रेस है। मध्य प्रदेश देश का अकेला राज्य है जो 10% से ज्यादा की एग्रीकल्चर ग्रोथ पिछले पूरे दशक से लेकर आ रहा है। मध्य प्रदेश में जब 2002 में 2003 में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार आई थी तो 2% एग्रीकल्चर ग्रोथ थी। शिवराज सिंह चौहान के राज में 15% प्लस हो गई। तो ये फैक्ट झूठ नहीं बोलना चाहिए, बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि हम लोग नेशनल डिबेट।
हर्षवर्धन जी,
अब राजस्थान की जब आप बात
ओके, राजस्थान प्लीज, लोकेश जी, आई कम टू यू प्लीज। यस,
राजस्थान एक ऐसा राज्य है जो ट्रेडिशनली, उसको कहते हैं ना कि जैसे हिमाचल में हम कहते थे कि रिवाज बदलेगा या नहीं बदलेगा, रिवाज नहीं बदला, फिर से सरकार बदल गई। तो मोटा मोटा सबको ये लग रहा है कि 4-4.5 साल अशोक गहलोत और सचिन पायलट के बीच में जिस तरह से चला, वो सरकार गड़बड़ है। सरकार ने बहुत सी ऐसी चीजें की जिसको वो कहते हैं कि हम लोगों तक पॉपुलिस्ट पॉलिसी जिसको कहते हैं, लेकिन वो सबको ये लग रहा है कि ये पॉलिसीज आपकी समय से क्यों नहीं आई। इस रीजन में आपने बाबा बालकनाथ की चर्चा की, योगी आदित्यनाथ से उनकी तुलना की बात की, क्योंकि उसी नाथ संप्रदाय से आते हैं। राजस्थान में पिछले कुछ समय में सांप्रदायिक तनाव एक बड़ा मुद्दा रहा, जगह जगह वहां दंगे हुए। पहली बार राजस्थान ने इस तरह की चीजें देखी। और उस वक्त आपको याद होगा करौली दंगे के बाद अशोक गहलोत कह रहे हैं कि क्यों नहीं अमित शाह और नरेंद्र मोदी अपील कर रहे हैं, यानी राज्य का मुख्यमंत्री वो कहने की बजाय कह रहा है कि प्रधानमंत्री और गृहमंत्री अपील क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं। मुझे लगता है कि ये अक्रॉस द रीजन राजस्थान में दिखेगा, लॉ एंड ऑर्डर। और शायद यही वजह है कि सिर्फ बाबा बालकनाथ नहीं, आज दिया कुमारी जब नामांकन के लिए जा रही थी तो वहां भी बुलडोजर से फूल बरसाए जा रहे थे। तो मुझे लगता है कहते हैं ना कि
इट्स इंटरेस्टिंग आपने दंगों की बात की, क्योंकि आज भी जब नॉमिनेशन के बाद स्पीच दे रहे थे योगी आदित्यनाथ, तो उन्होंने बोला कि अगर कांग्रेस वापस आ गई तो यहां पर तालिबान का राज हो जाएगा। देखिए कन्हैया लाल के साथ क्या किया, उनका गला काट दिया गया, सर तन से जुदा कर दिया गया। सो दीज थीम्स आर बीइंग ब्रॉट अप। धुंधार इज अनदर सिग्निफिकेंस दैट इट हैज, सबा, इज दैट दिस इज द स्ट्रॉन्गहोल्ड ऑफ Sachin Pilot. Tonk, his seat also falls in this region, and yet the BJP has a clear lead. Despite the differences being papered over, are the problems within the Congress in Rajasthan too endemic to avoid?
Padmaja, I think it's just anti-incumbency. It's just turn by turn. Regardless of the great projection that Ashok Gehlot has done, we all see it all the time on TV. है ना, टीवी खोलो तो एक राजस्थान का वो प्रमोशनल ऐड आ जाता है।
अरे आप अशोक गहलोत को इवेंट मैनेजर बोल रही हैं। आई थॉट वो सिर्फ
बहुत पहली बार
करते थे।
वो अब इवेंट मैनेजर बन गए। तो आई थिंक राजस्थान अब बारी आ रही है बीजेपी की। मुझे लग रहा है जो लोग फीडबैक दे रहे हैं ज्यादा करीबी बता रहे हैं, लेकिन मुझे लग रहा है कि बीजेपी की बारी आ रही है। आई एम क्यूरियस कि क्या दिया कुमारी, आर दे propping up another princess in Rajasthan? I'm curious about these other things also.
बताइए गुरु प्रकाश।
I personally don't think that if you say, but I haven't been there this time, कि religious issues or polarizations are the main thing. I think it is the chance of change, you know. Because the BJP overcalculated on that in Karnataka also. Okay, Guru Prakash, are you priming Diya Kumari to be the next royal as the face of the BJP? And please don't say the leadership and the parliamentary committee is going to take a decision on that. Give us an honest answer. Say she's a front runner.
You would like, Padmaja, I can't give you an answer that you're going to like. That is the truth. That is the fact of the matter. In our party, there is no high command. The senior leadership sits and then take a call. There is a consensus and then a leadership emerge. And like I said, more than 18 crore people, every single person today has the capacity
Guru
and the
Prakash,
authority to be a leader. But number two,
I mean, जब सबके टिकट कटते हैं वो हाई कमांड से ही कटते हैं, कौन से वो अपने मन से जाकर के इस्तीफा देते हैं? प्लीज सर।
अब नहीं देखिए पद्मजा, खैर मुद्दे पे वापस आते हैं, उसमें जाने का मतलब नहीं है। मैडम नकवी ने कहा कि इट्स जस्ट एंटी इनकम्बेंसी। मैडम, इट्स नॉट जस्ट एंटी इनकम्बेंसी। Rajasthan is in a deep mess, and you would know 19 paper leaks has happened in Rajasthan. The future of more than 70 lakh youngsters are at stake. When a Rajasthan minister, Ashok Gehlot's minister, Rajendra Gudha, comes out with a Lal diary, is it not a cause of concern for us? When a Rajasthan senior leader, Mr. Sachin Pilot, is sitting on a dharna against his own government, is it not a matter of concern? I want to ask you. Rajasthan today, and you mentioned about the tribal atrocities in Madhya Pradesh. I want to mention this, that Rajasthan today tops against the atrocities on Dalit community. We still remember the horrific incident that happened. A 9-year-old Dalit boy was beaten to death. It was institutional murder. गलती क्या थी उसकी? उसने बस साहस किया कि मटके से पानी पीने का हम प्रयास करेंगे. So you have to understand that Rajasthan under Mr. Ashok Gehlot is in a deep mess. Paper leak, corruption, atrocities on Dalits, the leadership crisis, so on and so forth. And the people of Rajasthan are looking for an alternative.
But I want to ask you a counter here. You know,
they have verified.
Fine. They may have 100 problems. The Congress may have 100 problems. Is the BJP able to capitalize on those problems? Because half the time it is firefighting dissent. आपके कितने लीडर्स हैं who have openly rebelled? Entire district की party has resigned, saying कि जो candidate आपने लाके खड़ा किया है हम नहीं इसके लिए campaign करेंगे. Diya Kumari, when she was nominated, the sitting MLA from there, Bhairav Singh Shekhawat's son-in-law, he said कि ये सब तो गद्दार फैमिली से आते हैं. फिर आपने उनको चित्तौड़गढ़ भेजा. चित्तौड़गढ़ के जो MLA थे उन्होंने कहा अब मैं इंडिपेंडेंट लड़ूंगा. आपने राजवर्धन राठौर को टिकट दिया जोटवाड़ा से, वहां के जो कैंडिडेट थे उन्होंने कहा मैं नहीं उनको करूंगा, उनके काले झंडे दिखाए गए. So you have your own set of problems, Guru Prakash Paswan.
Padmaja, you are a fairly senior journalist and you know that these are very common things during elections. Bigger the party, bigger the problem. जो पार्टी जितनी बड़ी होगी वहां लोगों की महत्वाकांक्षाएं उतनी होगी. ये मतभेद हो सकते हैं लेकिन मनभेद नहीं है. But look at the crisis of the Congress party and I find it really laughable. In the Congress Rajasthan, there are two top leaders constantly fighting. लगातार पिछले 5 वर्षों में सत्ता का संघर्ष मिस्टर पायलट में और मिस्टर गहलोत में बना रहा. सवाल इस पे खड़े होने चाहिए.
सत्ता ना हो करके भी सतीश पुनिया और वसुंधरा राजे वर फाइटिंग विद ईच अदर.
राजस्थान के लोगों की चिंता आपने नहीं की
और आप तो सत्ता में भी नहीं थे.
देखिए कांग्रेस और बीजेपी
was it out in the open?
दोनों लड़ते हैं अंदर यूनिट में.
Padmaja, was it out in the open?
यूनिट्स के बीच. मैं बस यही कहना चाह रही थी गुरु प्रकाश.
देखिए सभाजी आप मुझे
both the Congress and the BJP are rife with factionalism in Rajasthan. We know that. We've seen it. And there's no point one party saying your factionalism.
Savaji, there is a difference. There is a difference. Padmaja, allow me 5 seconds.
Yes, go on.
Savaji, there is a small difference when you say that there is dissent within the BJP and the Congress. You give me one instance where publicly one leader of the Rajasthan Bharatiya Janata Party has spoken on record against another leader of Bharatiya Janata Party in Rajasthan. You can give me no such incident because there is discipline. When we say Bharatiya Janata Party is a party with a difference, we mean it. When we say nation first, party second, self last, we mean it. आप मुझे एक बयान बताइए जो सार्वजनिक रूप से सतीश पुनिया जी या जिनके भी आप नाम ले रहे हैं उन्होंने भारतीय जनता पार्टी के किसी नेता के विरोध में दिया हो. नहीं बता पाएंगे. हमारे डिफरेंसेस हैं, हमारे मतभेद हैं, बट वी आर कॉम्पिटेंट इनफ, वी आर मैच्योर इनफ टू सिट विद इन द फोर वॉल्स ऑफ आवर रूम एंड डिस्कस इट. ऐसे नहीं होता.
मैं आपको बता दूं गुरु प्रकाश, आई हैव कवर्ड द बीजेपी फॉर सो लॉन्ग कि मेरे घर तक पैकेट्स आते थे फ्रॉम वन फैक्शन ऑफ द बीजेपी और जिनको पता है जो वसुंधरा राजे की जो घटिया बातें कहते थे, उनका डिवोर्स पिटीशन ये सब भेजते थे और ये बीजेपी की अंदरूनी बैटल के अंदर होता था क्योंकि वो महिला थी और वो पावरफुल बन गई. उस दौर से हमने तो ये कहना ये गलत होगा. दोनों पार्टी में बहुत जबरदस्त गुटबाजी है और देखिए क्या होता है.
Okay. And since you spoke of statements, let me just, this is not to make it personal about anyone, but then Diya Kumari was fielded from Vidyadhar Nagar. Narpat Singh Rajvi said some rather unsavory things about her and her family. And now when he is fighting from Chittorgarh, rather unsavory things are being said publicly by the sitting BJP MLA about Narpat Singh Rajvi. That being said, let me come to you, Lokesh Jindal, talking about Sachin Pilot. A lot was said कि अब तो हम साथ में हैं, साथ में लड़ेंगे. Today, Khiladi Singh Bairwa, who was the head of the SC Commission and is in the pilot camp, he was denied a ticket, he resigned, he said कि ये तो anti-Dalit पूरी सरकार है. कांग्रेस के लीडर, कांग्रेस के MLA अपनी सरकार के बारे में बोल के इस्तीफा दे दिया. उन्होंने कहा ये तो anti-Dalit है. The entire government.
Padmaja ji, there's a maxim, you cannot please everyone. But then if you look at the track record of Ashok Gehlot government, the work that has been done, It is unparalleled in the history of Rajasthan, I would say history of India. Rajasthan is the only state where health insurance is provided to all to the tune of 25 lakhs. Moreover, if you talk about all forms of educational facilities, the kind of roadways that have been constructed, social welfare mechanisms, the MSPs that is being provided to the farmers, it is unparalleled.
But
And
sir, even the losses you are making in these numbers are unparalleled. What explains this?
Please come again.
I'm saying the kind of numbers that the poll is showing for Congress is also unparalleled. The BJP has a clear lead
Padmaja,
across regions. Let me show you the last region of Hadoti also, and then you can weigh in. Even in Hadoti, where a lot of people thought that the BJP would have a problem because Vasundhara Raje has been sidelined, even there, out of the total 17 seats, they are a clear lead of 11 to 13 seats are going to the BJP. So all the regions so far that we have brought, Lokesh Jindal, the BJP is in a clear lead. What explains this?
Padmaja, the BJP's cadre, the Karyakartas, the leaders, they are more divided than that of the Congress. I'm not saying this out of mere hearsay, but that is the ground report. In Congress, if you talk about the Karyakartas, the Sangathan, it is still intact. It is not bickering each other. And BJP doesn't even have a CM candidate declared till yet.
Sir, I just told you, आज आपका MLA आपको एंटी दलित बोल करके रिजाइन कर गया. आप कह रहे हैं कि हमारे कोई डिफरेंसेस नहीं है. Anyhow, let me go to the third state. I also want to tell our viewers a very interesting trend in this particular election. We spoke of Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh, when I was speaking to someone, they said the great thing about Madhya Pradesh is हर कोई यहाँ सॉफ्ट हिंदुत्व करता है. So it's not as if the BJP says we are the Hindu party and the Congress is anti-Hindu. Kamal Nath will go a step ahead, and the same can be said about the next state, which is Chhattisgarh. If anything, you have Bhupesh Baghel, who's taken not the BJP, perhaps even the RSS agenda and implemented it. How? He has got the whole, he talks about Chhattisgarhi pride, Chhattisgarhi Olympics. He says, वनवासी के जीवन में बेटर करूंगा, ट्राइबल्स का जीवन बेटर करूंगा. आप वहां रामपथ गमन पथ बना रहे हैं. राम वन पथ गमन पथ. Sorry, it's a bit of a tongue twister, but he's making the entire route that Bhagwan Shri Ram took, and he's invested greatly in renovating and redoing temples, especially in the tribal areas. Has it paid off? Let's take a look at the first numbers of the Times Now ETG in Chhattisgarh. And the methodology, the first one is Bastar, where you have 12 seats. The Congress here is ahead 6 to 10. The BJP is at 3 to 5. And the next one is Bilaspur, which has 24 seats, and it is the BJP which is ahead 11 to 13 to the BJP, and the Congress is at 8 to 10. In Raipur, which gives a total of 20 seats, again, the Congress is ahead at 10 to 12 seats, and the BJP is at 7 to 9. In Sarguja, which has 14 seats, the Congress is ahead 11 to 13, and the BJP just about gets 1 or 3 seats. Harshvardhan ji, opening thoughts. यहाँ पर तो देख करके साफ लग रहा है कि जो urban areas हैं, वही कुछ BJP अपनी बढ़त कर पा रही है. Most of the other areas, rural, tribal, are going for the Congress.
नहीं, बिल्कुल पद्मजा, मुझे लगता है कि एक राज्य कांग्रेस के लिहाज से अगर कहें, वैसे तो चुनाव में कोई भी कहीं भी जीत सकता है, लेकिन भूपेश बघेल ने टेम्परामेंट के लिहाज से, परसेप्शन के लिहाज से, और जिसको कहते हैं ना कि एक नेता के तौर पर भूपेश बघेल जैसे खड़े रहे, और जिस तरह से भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने अपनी लड़ाई लगभग छोड़ दी. आप अगर ध्यान से देखिए तो जिस दिन राजनांदगांव से रमन सिंह अपना नामांकन करने गए, उस दिन अमित शाह उनके साथ मंच पर होते हैं. वरना ये समझ में ही नहीं आ रहा था कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी वहां चुनाव लड़ भी रही है या नहीं लड़ रही है. और मुझे लगता है कि इसकी वजह से भूपेश बघेल को बड़ी बढ़त मिली है. लेकिन एक चौंकाने वाली बात है, और ये मैं रिपोर्ट्स जब देख रहा था, मैंने आज भी अखबार में देखी और वहां से भी पता चला कि भूपेश बघेल के भी पोस्टर सीएम के तौर पर पूरे प्रदेश में नहीं लगे. अब ये पता नहीं ये कांग्रेस को क्यों नहीं समझ में आ रहा है कि उसकी सारी जो जीत है, उसकी जो वजह बने थे, वो भूपेश बघेल थे. अब भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने एक गलती की कि भूपेश बघेल के सामने समय से लड़ाई नहीं लड़ी. क्या कांग्रेस भी बड़ी गलती कर रही है? ये थोड़ा सा देखने वाली बात होगी, लेकिन निश्चित तौर पर कांग्रेस अपर हैंड है, अच्छे से चुनाव जीतती दिख रही.
Saba wants to respond.
ये जो आप the data that you showed, Padmaja, Sarguja is showing a clean sweep.
Yeah.
That is Singhdio's area. The
Yeah,
one the number two who has wanted to be chief minister also, उनको किसी तरह manage किया गया है और वो बिल्कुल अलग किस्म के शख्स हैं भूपेश बघेल से, लेकिन वो उनका इलाका है सरगुजा। और अगर मैं गलत नहीं हूँ तो यहाँ भी anyway, I won't get into that just now.
No, get into it. We always like to hear behind the scenes information.
No. I won't, not on television, but it's interesting.
But on a serious note,
I thought कि थोड़ा और करीबी होगा.
do you think that the Congress is hedging its bets right now, like Harshvardhan ji said, कि अभी भी हर जगह भूपेश बघेल के ही posters नहीं है because they're keeping everyone on edge?
नहीं, Padmaja, if you know the characters involved, Bhupesh Baghel and T.S. Singhdeo, he'll burn the place down. I'm not saying that. He's very pleasant, but he is an OBC face and they'll be hell to pay. और अब तो OBC जाति, Congress every now and then says we are an OBC party. So you can't do that with Bhupesh Baghel at this point. Even though I'm yet to see, I'm yet to see where is your prominent OBC face in Madhya Pradesh? Where is it? Huh? I'm not clear. So let's see. But they won't do that. It will be Bhupesh Baghel only. Bhupesh Baghel is one of the guys who's been providing some level of resources. Congress के पास इतने तो है नहीं, but he's a strong Rahul Gandhi backer also.
I love how we always say resources. Even Kamal Nath gives a lot of resources, doesn't he? So does DK Shivakumar.
Kamal Nath may have had those resources for generations. You see, that's the other point.
It's always good to have resources till the time the ED comes knocking.
Financials of Congress.
Weber Gehlot is learning that the hard way about the problem with having resources, especially if you're in opposition. Guru Prakash, about Chhattisgarh, have you given up?
About resources, first, can we speak?
Yes, go on.
Before we speak on Chhattisgarh, I think हम आभारी हैं सबा जी के. हम आभारी हैं सबा जी के that Congress treat their Congress ruled state as a source of revenue, as a source of resources, and I think it's by and large very true. Padmaja, there was a protest, a very strange, a very disturbing protest on the streets of Raipur, I think 6 months ago, when youngsters from the Dalit community, they were protesting on the streets of Raipur naked without any clothes because there were no jobs. Second, you mentioned about, in fact, taking a leaf out from Sabaji's observation that where is the OBC face? So it's very important to realize that in Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, when the states were united, it was united Madhya Pradesh, when the BJP got an opportunity, you saw emergence of leadership from the OBC community. Babulal Gaur, an OBC, Uma Bharti, an OBC, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, an OBC. When the Congress was in power in Madhya Pradesh, there was not even a single OBC leader. In the entire history of Madhya Pradesh, the Congress party has been in power for decades, but there is not a single OBC community leader from Madhya Pradesh. From Chhattisgarh today, you have a leader, but there are a lot of discrepancies, there are a lot of concerns, and I'm saying this with all my confidence, with all my conviction that Chhattisgarh would give surprising results. I'm not at all questioning the authenticity of your survey, but our karyakartas, our leaders are working day in and day out in Chhattisgarh.
So let me turn your argument around and ask you,
impact of results of our hard work.
If you acknowledge that having Bhupesh Baghel as a strong face in the Congress in Chhattisgarh is paying off for the party, why don't you do the same as well? Where was Raman Singh in the shadows for the last 5 years?
Oh, Padmaja, ye individual leaders specific question is something which is not appropriate, especially when it comes to the Bharatiya Janata Party. We had Raman Singh's son Abhishek Singh, who was an MP from Rajasthan, and we have a strict policy that both father and son cannot be a parliament at the same time. We at least strive for that, and that is what distinctive feature the Bharatiya Janata Party has. We are not a dynasty, we are not a family-oriented party. When Raman Singh ji came, his son's ticket was discontinued.
Okay, let me ask you, who was your most active leader in Chhattisgarh? You changed your party president in Chhattisgarh. Raman Singh wasn't really in the headlines anymore. Who was your active, visible, vocal leader on the ground in the last 5 years?
Padmaja, the member of parliament from Chhattisgarh, the people of Chhattisgarh in the parliamentary election both in 2014 and 2019 have given a resounding Ashirwad to Bharatiya Janata Party. And when you ask of leaders, there are multiple leaders, Arun Sao, and there are member of parliaments from Chhattisgarh. There is Saroj Pandey, there is who is our woman face from Chhattisgarh. There is OP Sharma. There is 100 of Brij Mohan Agarwal. I can give you 100 such names. But the point is not that. You cannot be fixated on one individual. Bharatiya Janata Party is a party of collective leadership. हम सामूहिक नेतृत्व की बात करते हैं. हमारे विधायकों की संख्या है कि विधायक चुनेंगे, लीडरशिप तय करेगा और तब मुख्यमंत्री होगा. आज इस बात पे टिप्पणी करना, आज कोई चेहरा चुन लेना, that is not appropriate. That is not the Bharatiya Janata Party sanskar.
Okay, Kamal Zaman Chaudhary wants to respond.
Padmaja, very interestingly, you, me, both of us must have seen the Three Idiots movie. And Guru Prakash is sounding like Amir Khan out here. All is well, all is well, all is well. दिल में हाथ रख के तो ये तो रोना तो आ ही रहा होगा कि भाई नरेंद्र मोदी जी का चेहरा और चुनाव हो रहे हैं राज्य में, और राज्य का चुनाव में इतना बेहाल क्यों है भारतीय जनता पार्टी, ये तो समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. Even after losing Karnataka elections, they are still to point the LOP out there. This is the sorry state of affairs of Bharatiya Janata Party ruled states. And ultimately, when you come to all these 5 states elections, I hardly, as a grassroots worker of the Congress party, I can't find where the Bharatiya Janata Party is, except for in a little bit presence is there in Rajasthan because of the polarizing politics that they are trying to do out here. Of course, Congress party is there fighting on the ground, and it is up with some very tremendous and successful schemes that is bringing out in the states. People may call it as revenue, but we call it as welfare schemes.
But they are gambling on the face of Mr. Modi simply because.
But here you find that.
Because look at the results that Mr. Modi's face got for them in the Lok Sabha election 2019. The BJP won 9 seats in 2019 in same Chhattisgarh, where the Congress was in power, and the Congress only won 2 seats.
That it was not because of Modi's face, but rather it was the ultra pseudo nationalism coming out from the Pulwama.
Sir, आपको pseudo nationalism. But Congress is also not an anti-national party, na?
That if
that's a very strange thing. They got 54% of the votes, 51% of the votes.
Nationalism has got a meaning. Nationalism has got a meaning that Indira Gandhi has shown by dividing Pakistan into 2. That is the nationalism we are dreaming of.
Okay.
Not the nationalism that the Bharatiya Janata Party tries to profess.
It's convenient to call the same voter discerning when they vote for you in the assembly election, and 1 year later they vote 9 seats for the BJP, they become pseudo-nationalists. That is a rather convenient spin to give. At the last minute, I'll give the final word to a non-political voice as always. हर्षवर्धन जी, अभी तक की जो हमने डेटा देखा है 3 राज्यों का, 2 बिग टेकअवेज जो आपको इसमें से लग रहे हैं.
नहीं, मुझे लगता है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लिए ये क्लियर मैसेज है, और ये बीजेपी को शायद पता भी है, लेकिन उसका रास्ता वो नहीं खोज पा रहे हैं. स्टेट लीडरशिप तो चाहिए ही चाहिए, स्ट्रांग स्टेट लीडरशिप मस्ट है. दूसरी जो बात है जिसको हम कहते हैं ना कि अगर आप किसी चुनाव के समय में जाकर सिर्फ उसी समय में कैंपेन को चाहेंगे लीड करना, तो चाहे वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लिए छत्तीसगढ़ हो या कांग्रेस के लिए राजस्थान हो, आप 4-4.5 साल पार्टी को कूड़ा करेंगे और लास्ट 6 मंथ में सोचेंगे कि हम चुनाव जीत जाएंगे, तो ये होने वाला नहीं है. पब्लिक याद रखती है, पब्लिक चाहे जिसको कहें कि सरकार का गलत हो तो याद रखती है, विपक्ष मूवमेंट नहीं करे, लड़ाई नहीं करे, प्रदर्शन नहीं करे, मुद्दों पे नहीं आए तो वो भी याद रखती.
I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks all gentlemen, Saba Naqvi for joining me. However, there is a buzz. Right now we have got you all of these numbers. But remember, a lot of people are still saying specifically about Chhattisgarh that still there could be surprises thrown up by the state. We'll be tracking that closely. News Hour with Navika Kumar coming up next.